I've been trying to see how to define or to differentiate between organizational culture and building a system within an organization. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. And I discovered that a lot of people, we focus so much on structure while leaving behind what is the core value. What drives? You have a car. The body is there. But there is an engine that drives you, that drives your vision from the starting point to the end point, to the place where you achieve the goal. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. So quickly, I think I've given the notes, even if I'm not able to cover up. I've given the notes extensively to the editorial. I'll first of all define what we call a value chain, a value engine. A value engine is a structured approach to how a company creates and captures marketplace value. So it ensures that your business operates systematically without relying on you. If you are weighed down by the activities of your business, it means you have not built a system that works. Hallelujah. So I said, your business, can you stay out of your business at least 6 months? You just walk out. You're not even telling anybody, will anything work? You walk out for like 1 year. Can anything work? Without you telling. It has to do with what you have put in place that works over time. And these are what? Repeatable tasks. Repeatable events that has been documented. Hallelujah. So why is systemizing a business important? Many businesses struggle because they rely too much on the founder's presence. Without system, operation becomes chaotic, employees lack direction, and scaling becomes difficult. So by implementing clear processes, business can achieve consistencies, efficiency, and scalability, making them more sustainable. Any business that wants to grow, that wants to scale, must be systemized. Okay, I'll quickly, before I go to that, let me quickly differentiate between the systems and organizational culture. I think I wrote it here. I said organizational systems refers to processes and workflows that ensure tasks get done efficiently. And I said earlier that they are repeatable steps that drive business operation. So while organizational structure talks only about roles, it talks about responsibilities, it talks about hierarchy within a business. Hallelujah. So it talks about hierarchy within a business. It talks about how reports move from one place to the other. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. So organizational structures defines roles, responsibility, and hierarchy within a business. It explains who does what, who reports to whom, and how decision-making flows within an organization. It ends there. But when we're talking about systems, there are repeatable steps that drive business operations, such as probably you are trying to create a flow. Okay, when a customer wants to buy from us, they visit the website, they make an order. Okay, let's even use Uber as an example. What they do first is you request for a ride, and then the drivers accept the ride, and then it makes the call, and then there is an ongoing. That's a system. Why is your computer called a system? It is because it has been systemized to flow. Even when you want to shut down, you don't just press on and off button. You systematically shut it down. Hallelujah. So what are the benefits? I may not be able to cover a lot of things because I really wanted to talk about this value engine cycle, but I pray for grace. Okay, I still have a little time. So what are the benefits of systemizing a business? You have founders' independence. The business operates efficiently without the owner's consistent involvement. A lot of businesses are micromanaged. What do I mean by micromanage? When you have too much involvement of the founder, everything needs to go through his table. But there are some workflows. There are some things that may have been done before everything. All he just needs is to ascend. Okay, this person has given, before this person passed this thing to my table, he must have done due diligence. So all he just needs is what? For record purpose, my approval for it. You understand now? So, but every other nitty-gritties and order are done Okay, let me go. Predictability and consistency. Customers and employees experience reliable and repeatable outcomes. You don't get there today, something, you meet the door here, and then the next time, tomorrow, you meet the door here. They are just doing things anyhow. Hallelujah. Everyone is exercising power, showing off and order. Then scalability and growth. So structured operations make it easier to expand into new markets. When you want to grow, like I said, your growth should follow after a pattern, after a system. There's also a difference between systems and organizational culture. We don't really have time to go into that. Then we have fewer errors and mistakes. Everybody knows what to do part-time. You don't need to wait for someone to say, okay, even if you have some things on ground, you know this, but these are not the procedures. So it's about creating processes and order. Then we have better customer experience. If you want to serve your customer better, please ensure your system, you create a system that works. Hallelujah. So what are the disadvantages when you are not systemizing your business? Then you are over dependence on the founder, on the owner of the business. The business struggles when the owner is not available. You start making calls, you start asking questions, this and that. Then you have inconsistency in service delivery. You know, probably when we get to vintage, the first thing is that, okay, somebody comes out, vintage kitchen or what I call it. So the first thing is that you meet a representative who takes your order to the kitchen, and then, okay, probably there's a little delay. He comes back to tell you, okay, please, we are working on your order. Give us 5-10 minutes more. We're going to, all these things are documented. I'm just using this as an example. It goes beyond this. Hallelujah. Then we have difficulty in employee training. It's going to be difficult to train your employee when your system is not systemized. It's about being deliberate about developing processes, developing standard operating procedures, and deliberately documenting it. When you make a mistake, you fall back to it. Hallelujah. Then you have also limited growth and investors appeal. Business without structured system struggle to attract investors or scale effectively. So why this matter? Systemizing a business is not just about convenience. It is essential for long-term sustainability, operational efficiency, and investors appeal. I said businesses with well-documented systems are more attractive to investors and potential buyers because they demonstrate predictability and reduce risk. I said a systemized business is also easier to franchise and expand into new locations. When you want to create more branches, it is easy for you to replicate what you have done in the head office. You can replicate. There are some things that may not start immediately at the branch office, but okay, if you are operating a centralized headquarters, then it is easy for some office, for some administrative or management functions to still be retained at the headquarters, while some functional activities are still being carried out, probably the marketing, probably the customer service, and then customer support and all that. They can still be happening probably at the branch level and all that. But the major things are being done at the headquarters centrally. We have 3 types of value engine, and that is where I will stop today. The first one is the growth engine. Then the second one is the fulfillment engine, and then the third one is the improvement engine. Depending on your business, every business, whether non-government organization, whether you are providing services, you are a manufacturer, whatever you are doing, you fall under this. Hallelujah. This talks about how will people know us? How do we create awareness? How do we attract customers? How do we retain them? Hallelujah. So this also talks about fulfillment. This and this goes together. This, where this one ends is where this one starts from. You begin to look at it. What exactly have we been able to fulfill our promises to our customers, to our staffs? Hallelujah. Have you been able to, that's why the arrow is going like this. So Have you been able to fulfill your obligations to your customers? What are the things you promise them? What are the experience? What are these and that? So I said, how you attract and convert customers, that's your growth engine. It goes beyond this. We can talk about it for the next 3 hours, but I'm not ready to go into detail because I have little time. Like I also mentioned, how do you deliver the promised value? Then the improvement engine. How do you create and update and improve your offerings? Don't be static, be flexible. At some point, let me use this as an example. Uber lost the market, Nigerian market today because of the fact that they are so rigid. There are drivers, but there are passengers, but there are no drivers on their platform at the moment. And both leverage on one thing and came into the market, flexibility. Hallelujah. So what are your customers' complaints? What are the feedbacks from people? Any business that wants to thrive, please ensure you are deliberate about getting feedback from your customers. What can you say about after every sales, after every visit to your shop, after everything? Please be deliberate to ask about what was their experience. After short service, can you ask, what was your experience in today's service? Do you think we need to improve? Where and where do we need to improve? And all that. So a first customer that is also coming into your office, ask them question. What is it that we need to improve? Which area? What is it that looks cumbersome? And all that. Did you experience any difficulty in our service, in our processes and all? When you get this feedback, you can actually improve. If there's something you will not be able to change with immediate effect, you can explain why we put this in place and why we need to look at this over time so that, okay, this can work like this, like this, like this. Hallelujah. So I was talking about mapping your growth engine. I think I still have like 47. So like we say, okay, the customer needs to see your advert, probably on Facebook, probably through your website and all that. Then it reads, your content matters a lot. I think someday I pray for grace to come and teach us how to write content. You don't just write. There are contents that resonate with the people. The person you are talking with, there are a lot of times that I struggle to come here because I'll look at who and who. I know a lot of things, but how about if I come here, I just make noise and go? Nobody understands. The beauty of it is that when what I am teaching is able to be practicalized in your business, it resonates with your business. You can practice it. You can do it in your business. Hallelujah. So after this engagement, you feel convinced, and then the next thing is you purchase. You understand? After purchase, you follow up with them, and then until you are retaining the customer. Thank you so much. God bless you. Thank you so much.